Hey everybody, this is Jo. I'm here in my Houston, Texas garden, and I have been away for another 2 weeks. I've been very, very lucky to get to go on 2 different trips, and so I have been away from the garden again for 2 weeks, and this is the end of August. It's been, I think, every day that I was gone. I know it didn't rain a drop, and I think it has been over 100 degrees every day, and I know there were several days, I think we broke a record where it was 109, and so I thought I'd give you a really quick walkthrough. I got home late last night. This is my first look at the garden, and so I thought I'd give you a look and see how it's going. I'm sorry it's so bright. I'm gonna take this video as my before, because in a few minutes, even though it's burning hot, I'm going to go ahead and work in the garden a little bit. Obviously the basil, look at that. And I just let it all flower because when it's this hot, if you can find something that's this happy in this kind of heat, that the bees will have something. I can see a little honeybee on there right now. So I'm just giving a quick look. We did have the sprinklers go off twice a week, and I had somebody come and water the pots, but you can see the weed-tastic situation. The weeds are so bad, and even in the walkway. Goodness gracious. Things that did great. There's that incredible Gomphrena in a pot. Of course, the shade side looks pretty good. Over here in the sun, though, this is that agastache that was doing really well when I left, and it does not look good. It's pretty crispy. And my little lance leaf coreopsis looks terrible. I think maybe the sprinklers don't hit that, and so that looks pretty bad. But all together, it's alive mostly. There are a few things that have sort of pooped out, which I expected. Like this is a Tutti Frutti agastache there that I talked about in my last video, that I'm just not going to replace that. I need to get over how much I like that and just not replace it. But there's one there that's still alive. So clearly this was close enough to a sprinkler, but it doesn't look terrific. But all my little, I can see my little zinnias, I threw out a bunch of seeds, and they're fine. And of course the pentas look good, but even stuff that ought to be in good shape isn't. Lots of zinnias, they need deadheading, but like this. But the zinnias are looking good. They're sort of one of the Gomphrena and zinnias and pentas look like they're what's still going. This is Salvia leucantha, Mexican bush sage, which I'm expecting to bloom any minute. One of the YouTubers I follow in Houston, I'll put her, I can't think off the top of my head what her YouTube channel is called, something like Butterflies and Bees, but I'll put a link. She's great, and I looked, hers is art, so she lives, I think, in Katy, Texas-ish, so that's maybe 20 miles from me, and hers is already blooming, so I'm a little jealous. I watched her video this morning. Gosh, okay, so the pentas, I'm not gonna make this a very long video because I'm gonna try to make it all look better. The pentas, they're blooming, but they're hurting. Oh golly, yeah, this is that native Gulf Coast penstemon that's looking pretty terrible. Everything's looking pretty terrible back here. Oof. Yikes. Now it's very bright. I'm sorry about how bright it is. You can't see very well. But the Texas redbud looks unfazed by the heat, which is nice to know. And even the fire spike is looking pretty wilty. But you're seeing this with me. Oh, look, here's a little dude. Hey, buddy. I'm just looking at you. Hi. You're very nice. Everything in the shade looks pretty okay. but it's gotten a break. Oh, and some of these are just toast. Yeah, oh, my poor little ivy geranium. I'm not sure that's coming back, folks. Those look pretty bad too. So I think me trimming them was the nail in the coffin for those, because the one I didn't trim is here, and it looks, you know, okay, it's even blooming a little bit. So my pots are looking sad. I gotta get some water on them. But the shade is all right back there. Well, I hope you guys are surviving the heat, and I'll give you an update in a few days after I've cleaned it up and watered it a little better. And I'll show you the front yard with all its native plants in a different video. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.